Hello and welcome to the Comic Conspiracy episode 647 for the week of November 17th, 2025. My name is Ryan Higgins. Who else is here?
Brock Sager.
Kevin.
Lane.
Hello.
And
hello.
No, Brock. No, sorry, no Toby.
Literally,
Brock's here.
Jesus.
Brock's here. No Toby. Toby's sick. Toby's been sick all weekend. He never gets sick.
He gets sick all the time.
Yeah, but he never actually is like... He's sick all the time, but he doesn't stay in bed sick all the time. He's sick and then he brings the sickness out into the world and does way too much and doesn't rest. So if he's in bed resting all weekend, then he is actually sick. So really sick. That's okay. Hey, we got some comic news to talk about. I do want to start. I got to go. Toby was funny. It was funny. Unrelated. I think Toby saw Leanne's posts on Instagram. But I was supposed to, or he was actually going to go. Unrelated to us going, went to the Art of Manga exhibit at the Young Museum in San Francisco over the weekend. It was cool. We've been there for a bunch of other stuff, bunch of other art exhibits through the years. But they brought this in a little while ago, so it's a bunch of original art and exhibitions by a bunch of pretty famous manga artists. There's a couple of them I didn't really know. Some of them was like, it's more modern stuff. Right? I recognize the names of the titles, but they had the big ones that I'd be more interested in. They had a bunch of artwork from Rumiko Takahashi, including some original round and 1/2 pages, which is like my favorite.
Oh, wow.
A bunch of stuff from Inuyasha and Mao, which is her new book, and I'm drawing a blank on the one that just wrapped up. Rene. I haven't read either of those. I'm waiting for the bigger collections to come out because I have all Viz reissued all their stuff in these nice 2-in-1 oversized books. So I kind of want to see with those. But yeah, a couple pages for Ranma, some color pages, which is that's that I don't know what they were colored for, but and yeah, a bunch of stuff from Inuyasha, which is obviously really cool. What else did they have? Yeah, it was actually a pretty big exhibit. They had a lot of stuff. It was pretty busy too. There were a lot of people there. Tetsuya Chiba, they had a bunch of pages from Ashita no Joe, including, I think that was the final page or one of the final pages in the manga, which is Fighting Tomorrow, I think is how they translated here. It's a really famous boxing manga. It's ran for a long time in Japan. Fighting Tomorrow, something like that. Tomorrow's Joe, also how you'd say it. But it's a really famous manga, and that was cool. I actually got a shirt. It's a shirt of the last one of the pages they had there. It's cool, him sitting in the boxing ring. It's a neat shirt. Ichiro Oda, obviously One Piece. Ton of art from One Piece, including a bunch of the color pages that they would use for the collected edition wraparound. Some early pages from One Piece, real early pages, and some bigger splash pages and prints and other artwork that they used for other promotional things. But it was probably, I don't know, maybe 40 pieces. 40 pieces from One Piece. Outside the exhibit too, they actually had this. Let me get the name of it. What did they actually call it? It was called One Piece Only: How Manga Is Made. It was a room where they had the first 100 chapters of One Piece on the wall, the actual comic pages, and then they had samples of the printing plates. And then all the a bunch of the different flat cells from when they do the printing. I forget what they call them. Not the plates. Well, not the plates, but they have those plastic. It was a weird plastic imprint that they had, and then all the color guides. And they had this cool I don't know, maybe 15-minute video showing. It's very artistic, it's very artsy, no words, but just showing the physical printing process of how they print the tankobons, the collected manga books. So it's from wheeling in the huge rolls of paper that was like as tall as a person. How it's cut and bound and printed and stuff. It's really, really cool. Like from a comic, print comic fans point of view, it's cool to see that stuff because it's, you don't see, we see the finished project, but you don't really see the, how the printing of the stuff is actually done. So really neat. That was really cool. I want to see if they've had that video online somewhere because it was from another exhibit that they had in Japan. And so they brought it over here as part of this exhibit. So I wonder if they've put that online anywhere. Let's see if I can find it.
What was the exhibit really called?
It was called The Art of Manga at the De Young, DE space YOUNG, the De Young Museum in San Francisco. And they had some art from Hiroko Araki from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, too, including some big, almost like life-size full panels of a bunch of the characters. This kind of like 12 panel like connective mural that's spread out through like half a room, which is pretty cool. If you've ever seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like the actual like printed comic artwork is significantly wilder than some of the stuff they do in the comics. It's a pretty artistic book. Plus, there's some other creators there, like I said, people I was less familiar with, but those would be the big ones that I think a lot of people would know. Really neat stuff. It runs through January 25th. So if you're up in San Francisco, it's worth checking out. You don't get to see that type of stuff too often here. We went to I talked about when we went to Japan. We went to an exhibit for Blackjack, which had just hundreds and hundreds of pages of Tezuka art. So this is not that, but it's very cool nonetheless. You just don't see a lot of, I think we're a little spoiled here because we have the Comic Art Museum and stuff. So we see a lot of American comic work, but I don't see too much original manga art. And it's weird too because for a lot of the American comics, they're done on like very oversized pages and shrunk down. A lot of the manga's not done with that. They're done on kind of standard size pages. It's pretty small. I mean, it gets shrunk down a little bit, but not to the degree not to the degree the way the a lot of the American comics get. So that the fine details, pretty unbelievable. Some of those pages, like I was like trying to stare like into the background. I'm like, God damn. Just incredibly fine art, fine line work. So it's really neat. Yeah, if you're up in the city, definitely worth checking out. But we got some other comic news. Talk about that too. Whoops, let me get this in here. Brian Michael Bendis returning to Avengers number 34, 800th issue of Avengers. And he's going to be back at Marvel doing some stuff. There was a weird rumor going around that DC had canceled. I think, did we talk about this on here? DC had canceled
the Batman?
Some Batman trade.
Yeah, it was that it was that Batman universe, that one he did with Carrington.
Like the hardcover version, right? Yeah. And people are like, oh, it's because he's going back to Marvel. It's oh, no, what? No, it has nothing to do with it. No. They just pushed back the release date of the Batman trade, so they canceled orders so they could take orders later when the trade comes out. What a weird rumor. They don't care about that. But yeah, no, official Bendis back to Marvel with Avengers. Avengers 34 will be a big 800th anniversary celebration.
Get ready for them 9 panels.
Yeah. Well, he'd been gone from Marvel for a while, so it's it's good to see him back. He was obviously with DC for a hot minute. I didn't last too long. He's been doing a lot of his independent work, and Powers came back fairly recently with Dark Horse. That's interesting.
He did something for us.
Well, yes, of course, yes. Well, if he did something, we got to use it. Yes, yeah. I guess it was added for us. I don't know if there's more Avengers. Obviously, that was his last kind of big run, but with another Ultimate Spider-Man series probably launching right around the corner, I would not be surprised if he was involved with that in some fashion.
Weren't they getting rid of the Ultimate Universe again?
Yes, but of course they are going to immediately launch another Ultimate Universe. They're not going to take a break on this.
Oh, Jesus
There
Christ.
will be There will be that's not official, but come on.
Why wouldn't they just have Brian Michael Bendis write Amazing Spider-Man?
I think they could. They could.
So Ryan,
I don't.
When you think back on the Bendis DC era, what is the book you think of as like that's where he made his mark? Either by a sales perspective or customer popularity, whatever standard.
I mean, there could be marks. It doesn't necessarily. You didn't say a good mark, but like it. I don't know if it's editorial, if it was him. It was just a lot of unfinished projects and a lot of unfinished stories. I generally liked his Superman stuff, but it kind of didn't go. Take out his Rogel Zar, whatever the guy's name was, the quote unquote like guy that really blew up Krypton. Like, remove that plot, and I actually kind of like his run of Superman. Just take that, because obviously that's nonsense. The Event Horizon, Event Leviathan stuff, again, a very cool setup that did not have a payoff.
That miniseries was good. That one was
really good. Yeah, but just went nowhere. There was no continuation of this. They never finished it. It just sort of died off, and other people picked up the plot of the secret, government agencies in DC all being blown up, but then they've just kind of all come back. The only one that I would like Legion was bad on a level that I actually have a hard time.
Hey, we got Gold Lantern, didn't we?
Remember
Gold Lantern?
It's another run of Legion that will be completely retconned away. They already have, and it was just doomed from the start. I don't know. Again, you don't know who's kind of at fault for these sort of things, but the Legion run was inexcusable. Everything else was good, just didn't really have a payoff, which is unfortunate. But this kind of goes in with the end of Didio's tenure there, and it's hard to know who was really responsible for what.
Did they retcon the Superman secret identity?
Yeah, they pulled that back. Yep. Again, I don't hate that as a story arc, but not something I wanted permanently. Yeah. And they did retcon that away entirely. They put in like a, if anyone figures this out, or if anyone remembers somehow, they have like a brain hemorrhage or something, and it happened to Perry White, and then they never talked about it again since then.
Wait, Perry White died?
No, he didn't die. He just got messed up for a little bit. Now he's mayor of Metropolis. So they very quickly were just like, let's just pretend this never happened.
I'd say actually, I would.
Naomi stuff. Sorry.
Go ahead, Lane.
What's that?
Did they ever finish the Naomi stuff?
No,
I forgot about
that. They did a second season that went nowhere. Young Justice got canceled before it could do anything. Yeah. Young Justice kind of sputtered around for like 15 issues, and it was just a lot of setup with no payoff for anything. And again, is it creator? Is it editorial? Is it just, they didn't have time? He got let go before any of these plots could continue. I don't know. It's unfortunate. Yeah, because there was a lot of promise and very little payoff. Naomi has just completely vanished from DC. So what are you gonna do? Justice League run was fine.
Wait, which Justice League run was that?
His run of Justice League?
I don't even remember him writing Justice
when he brought in Naomi and Black Black Adam and Hippolyta.
God, I have
Onto
no
the
memory
league.
of this at all.
It's right before Justice League 75. It's
Yeah.
right before the.
It's right before 75.
book got-
Like nobody
Yeah.
read. Like I stopped
Oh.
reading.
I mean, people read it. It just sort of goes nowhere.
I think.
It was basically the continuation of Naomi's story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Hippolyta's on the team for like 2 issues and then disappears, and Black Adam's there, and yep.
Huh. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's an odd time at DC. Very odd
So
time at DC. Remember, I mean, he was there. He was going to be there for like, the 5G stuff and all that changeover, and yeah, it was just an odd time all around.
So the real question is, how much of Avengers 800 are you ordering?
Equivalent to what I order of the previous issue, with the standard amount of variant covers for the shelf. I mean, I maybe order a couple extra issues, but like, not many. Yeah, I unless there is a promise of something important, I can't imagine ordering too much. Yeah, I mean, Bendis coming back to Marvel is not.
Maybe Bendis will take over X-Men after all this Age of whatever shit is done.
Well,
So we can get those little young ones again?
last time he did that, it didn't end very well either. So, yeah.
I thought he'd just say indie since he still has all his indie books moving around.
Yeah, I don't know. He brought everything to Dark Horse, but
Yeah.
if Marvel comes calling, it's a steady paycheck. So,
No, I was just
There
thinking
was,
my pick would probably be that Batman universe. Was my favorite Bendis.
it was good, really good,
Mhm.
And
because it was a standalone one-off.
it's just like a fun Brave and the Bold story.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And Nick Darrington.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, terrific art. Yep.
Legion had good art too. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, they made the Gold Lantern look really good.
Yeah, Ryan
It was blingy.
Six, obligatory 2 issues
Yeah. I was
a
gonna
year
say.
and some cover art. Yeah. It is tough to see. I mean, Legion and the Justice League vs. Legion superhero miniseries were like rough.
God, I forgot all about that even existed also.
Didn't
That like
Didn't he
ended the
do-
Legion
didn't
run.
he do that Millennium?
Oh, that was
two-issue
good.
book?
That was good. It was
Which
that Millennium.
Millennium, the 2 issues, right? He did that.
Yeah, that's the thing that launches Legion. Yeah, again, there is setup that does not go anywhere. Yeah. I have a feeling DC will not keep the continuity of Rose and Thorn being an immortal that bridges the gap between the 21st century and the 31st century. Just a hunch that will never be mentioned again
No,
outside this podcast.
nobody's going to remember it. And then somebody who's randomly writing at the time is going to be like, "Wait, there's this character that bridges the gap. Let's
I don't-
use
yeah.
this."
Nah. I mean, Rose and Thorn's cool, but like, huh? Like, what does she have to do with the Legion of Superheroes? Like, what a weird choice. Anyway, Bendis is gonna be back with Avengers number 34. Have fun, Marvel fans. Now this, Kevin, we have to talk. We have got to have a conversation here because out of nowhere, last week, DC Infinite and Marvel Unlimited drop the Flash Fantastic Four crossover by Jeremy Adams and the Thor Shazam crossover by Al Ewing. Completely unannounced, 2 brand new digital-only DC vs. Marvel crossover comics. Good writers doing current books. Flash, FF, Thor, Shazam, big characters, right? Now I have 2. We got to talk about 2 things here. First, the format. The format of these books is part of their Infinite Scroll.
Oh, it's their Infinite Scroll shit.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah. So both Marvel and DC have these have these scrolling comics that mimic the format they use for Webtoon and a bunch of another vertical scrolling format comics. They have translated standard comics into that, which has not worked very well. So these are made in this format. If you don't know what this is, there is not panel to panel. It is literally like a very long panel, and you just scroll through this panel, and instead of it going right to left, or left to right, it's just all the action is down panel to panel, which personally I find
hold on.
Not great reading experience, regardless of content.
Hold on one second.
Tried? Yeah, you gonna pull it up?
I literally just pulled it up.
Yeah, I mean,
no, hold on. It says DC Go with an exclamation point in this little pop-up window that says DC Go.
That's
comics.
Their digital.
Yeah.
That's their scrolling format section of DC Infinite.
Yeah. The pop-up says DC Go comics are a fun new way to read on your browser. Just scroll up and down to keep reading, and they have a picture of a mouse with a scroll button, a scroll wheel, and arrow buttons.
Don't work on.
It looks like okay.
They don't work on PCs at all. Like, they're terrible on PCs. They are built and designed for the phone. They're not built for a PC. Oh my god,
this is so bad.
No, they're terrible. They're terrible on a PC because like it takes up like way too much space. It doesn't work. It is 100% designed and only supposed to be used on the phone. It is an impossible reading experience on the PC. And so because it's built for the phone, you have significantly less words, smaller, very small panels that are designed for mobile, so there are no splash pages, lots of weird little close-ups, just everything is done like how shitty mobile video cuts away 80% of video when it switches to a vertical format when they do that instead of having it the format of actual video. I find it a horrendous reading experience, especially for American comics. That is old man Ryan yelling at the clouds.
No, you are not wrong.
No, that's really bad. Problem.
Wow.
The problem I have, and Kevin, you're here, so we. What did I say? This was Captain America. I'm sorry. This is Thor and who? Thor and Shazam. Correct, right? Do you know what they call him in the book? They don't call him Shazam. They don't call him the Captain.
Wait.
Is this leading digital scrolling comic? Now, the Thor Shazam one was actually published by Marvel because that's on the Marvel app. They call him Captain Marvel in the comic.
Wow.
So help me God if this is limited to this dumb vertical scrolling app published by Marvel. So Marvel's like, we'll just call him Captain Marvel. It's fine. No. Of all the problems I have, my only real problem with this is the fact that they called him Captain Marvel, and they can't do it in the comics. Just fucking get over it. His name is Captain Marvel. Just call him Captain Marvel in the comics. Do not call him the Captain. Like, Shazam is fine if you want to do that. I don't hate that. But but if you're going to call him anything else, call him Captain Marvel. That's the character's name. So, if another DC book comes out and they call him the Captain and they don't call him Captain Marvel, I'm just going to lose my mind because
it's a Marvel exclusive.
They've called him Captain Marvel.
Well, I can't comment on
drives me up the wall. Just absolutely drives me up the wall.
I can't comment on the reading experience because I don't have either of those services at the moment. So I'm out of luck on these.
Absolute fucking trash.
But Brock, that aside, that format aside, I would 10 million times rather read either of these crossovers than Batman Deadpool.
The Batman Deadpool is better
kidding?
than this.
These both sound really good. I'm not talking about the scroll. Yeah. I'm not talking about the scroll.
They're not.
Just the concept of Flash FF or Thor Shazam. Yes. Yeah. Now we do have to warn our listeners that I've already started to have an absolute freak out because of the preview pages of the Batman Deadpool comic that's coming out. I did not send you the other pages because there's a lot going on those two. I don't know if you saw the other pages, Kevin.
I'm trying to avoid. I saw only what you sent me.
But we got the book is at the shop now, or it came in today. So I've not been in today to read through the story, but I'll make sure to read it tomorrow when I'm unpacking everything. I just don't know if I can handle Morrison on Deadpool. I don't know what I was expecting, but that page, if you've seen the page and they were previewed over the weekend, it's Deadpool breaking the fourth wall, but in a way that offends me on a level that I was unprepared for. And this is written theoretically by Grant Morrison, not someone parodying Grant Morrison. And I'm very, very disturbed and hurt. And my soul has been crushed.
Yeah, welcome to my life with a lot of things before this.
By this homage to previous Morrison work.
The for those who haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil anything, but the very specific callback to a very significant moment in a previous Morrison work, like almost to the point of like where you're parodying it. It's just like, why are you doing that? Like that moment the first time was awesome because it had never been done. And that was a page turn in a previous Morrison series where you went, holy shit. I read that off the rack when I was working at Comics and Comics. Nobody knew what the hell this was. It was amazing because it was so out of nowhere. But now to see this, it's like, wait, this is Morrison, right? This is them? This is not like somebody who grew up as a fanboy.
All right. This is my walk into the sea moment with comics. I don't know if I can come back from this. Man, I might be done.
Isn't it out this week?
It is out this week. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I just finished reading that Fantastic Four Flash.
It's like a short. It's nothing.
It is.
Yeah. I flipped through them. I scrolled through it. It's nothing.
It is.
They're fine. It's like a 10-page backup or something.
No, like it's long. I will say this, just flat out. Whoever thinks that is a style of reading,
no, it's awful.
Not like
so. It's popular in a lot of like Korean and Japanese stuff, and I mean it is designed for the phone, so it's a fine reading experience for something for text and things that are designed. The ones I've seen that I thought worked okay was very minimal dialogue, minimalistic art, where it is a kind of just slower action. It does not work for American comics at all. It just the paneling, the flow of word balloons, the text, it does not work.
So much white space. There was so many times that it was like I was reading 3 word bubbles, and I was like, I'm assuming it's the three people that I saw in the previous panel talking.
Right. Exactly.
And it's like
it doesn't work.
And then it
doesn't work.
And then it's like, oh, there's this character we introduced, but you only saw his hand, and it's
right. It doesn't work for the stuff when they adapt the existing comics to it, because the panels are just not made for it. This also doesn't work because it just doesn't. Like, yeah, they're I think extremely bad reading experiences.
Yeah, I don't know how you would even translate it to printing it.
So that's the thing, right? If you've ever seen a webtoon printed, they're terrible. They look like fucking the most amateur shit ever. I remember when Lore Olympus got printed, because that was like one of the really big hits. And I opened the book, I'm like, wait, this is it? This is the thing everyone loves. It looks really bad in print because, again, it is not designed for print. It is designed for this vertical scroll. So translating it to print looks terrible. Yeah, just bad all around.
We don't use that print technology anymore. If they actually printed it on a fucking scroll, maybe you would be able to read it.
Pull up all my scroll.
Let me go pull this off my fucking shelf and unravel this fucking bad boy.
Yeah.
Like, I could see it. Like, and the funny part is, if Lore Olympus actually printed itself like that, that would have been legit.
Someone did.
That would have been legit.
Yeah, comics. I think, overseas they've made a pretty solid jump to mobile. Here, not so much. Hasn't really worked here the way it's worked other places. So we got some.
So is that the end for Batman Deadpool?
I mean,
no, we still have to read it. We still have to experience it this week.
Do you?
We got to experience it this week. I read the fucking Marvel one, okay? I'm going to read this one.
I went in to pick up my copy of that Marvel one, as Ryan will attest, because we were the only two there at that time, and I couldn't do it. I had to throw myself on the mercy of the court and just say, I'm sorry for pre-ordering this. I just can't take this home. I can't. I just cannot do this to my collection.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll wait for the omnibus for you.
You mean of all the new generation ones? Hey, maybe Superman Spider-Man will be incredible. What's that, next year?
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Do we even know who's writing that?
Oh, it'll be Dan Slott. Like 100% Dan Slott for the Marvel one. I don't know who to do the DC one, or maybe do the DC one. He's doing stuff for DC now. But Dan Slott 100. Dan Slott will 100% will write one of them. I don't know who will do the other.
Maybe it'll be Bendis.
Like that is. Yeah, I mean, it could be. Dan Slott does the DC one and Bendis does the Marvel one. It'd be a little weird. But we got more news. Yeah, I got nothing.
That's just making sure you didn't have a final thought on this.
I'll read it. Goes in the box. I'll get to it one day.
Hey, man, logo. Totally worth it.
Is fucking Jesus Christ.
Hey, if you ever doubt the Grant Morrison Batman Deadpool, just go read Frank Miller's Wolverine Batman thing from the last one.
I mean,
it was.
I did.
It was. What the. That was.
It is
horrible.
It is art and words and on a page, and it is. I mean, you can't do anything like 3 pages or something like that. Like, you can't tell a story. Like, it's just impossible. Like, he's not gonna be able to do anything in that amount of space. It's just a couple pinups of characters saying random things that are meaningless. Yeah, it's.
I'm not even sure you can really call that art either. It's
legally it is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's brutal.
Just imagine a time in life where you could have said Frank Miller is doing a Batman Wolverine crossover. He's doing the whole thing himself, Batman Wolverine, somebody would go, God, that sounds terrible. That would have sounded amazing. Like, how could that have been anything less than an A+? Maybe if he was
having... and not just Batman. It's like Dark Knight Batman
Dark
and
Knight
like
Man.
Dark Knight Wolverine.
It was like Old Man Logan. Well, no, it's more. It's more Patch, like Patch Logan, and then. But that was so bad.
Yeah, I can't tell.
We can move on to something happier. Yes.
Hey, well, I don't know if it's happier. We'll find out. Hey, there's a V for Vendetta TV series in development for HBO.
They just did they did a movie. Like, what else do we need?
That was like 20 years ago. Yeah, they just did a movie. That was a long time ago. The movie was pretty good. I thought. But there's apparently, although unofficial, as reported by Variety, that they are HBO and DC Studios declined to comment. However, they are reporting this as fact. So they are going to be working on a V for Vendetta TV show, and that miniseries maybe I'd get. A TV show seems a little weird, only because it has a pretty satisfying. It has a pretty specific ending with the bombing. I don't. Is there a story past that in the V? That's what it is. Is there? If this was like an 8-episode miniseries, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. That's nice. You can kind of expand it out a bit. Ongoing TV show would be a little weird. So I'm going to assume that's not the case. I would think this would be a kind of like a one-off miniseries, but I don't know what else you do.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be like the Watchmen TV show.
Yeah,
it could be completely unrelated and not adapting it, but it's very possible.
Or a continuation of what happens after the movie ended.
But that's what I mean. There's not a story there,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Like, yeah. I don't know what their plan would be.
Well, they just want us to remember the 5th of November.
Yes. Now
I can see how it can relate to current modern society, though. Like, right? Like, if you think about how V ended, it could talk about how to go from that point and continue pushing his movement.
Yeah.
Against the wishes of the autocracy. So
yeah,
I can see how that could be something. Yeah,
it could be like how it molded into like kind of Anonymous or something similar to that. I can see that.
Now, news that I am potentially very excited for on the TV movie front. Again, HBO Max and DC Studios declined to comment, but Variety also reporting that now I have never seen American Vandal. It has been on my list to watch for a while. It is the kind of true crime mockumentary. I've heard it's very, very funny. I do want to watch it. But they are the duo behind that are working on a series for HBO about Jimmy Olsen, taking him from the movie, the actor that played him in the movie, taking that version of the character to a live action TV show, with Gorilla Grodd being the focus of the first season, kind of a true crime superhero style show. Now, I have to assume this will be loosely based on Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, the Matt Fraction Steve Lieber masterpiece that came out a couple years ago. If you have not read that book, it is one of the absolute funniest comics ever written. It is so good. I assume the show would be based on this because Grodd's a big part of that book. So if we are getting Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen TV show, I will be ecstatic because it is very good. So obviously no one's commenting. We do not know, but we will we'll find out more soon. I'm hoping though. Thoughts, Kevin? You look like you want to say something.
Brock, thoughts? Lane, thoughts?
I'm I didn't read it because I think I read the first issue and I was like, this is not my cup of tea. So I did not read the.
Did you read?
No.
Did you read it, Kevin?
Yeah, I read it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if this is based on that comic.
No, this is not official, but my feeling is.
Okay, got it.
A Jimmy Olsen comic where Gorilla Grodd is involved. That is this. That I mean, Grodd is a part of that book. It feels like that would be
like
some inspiration for this book.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
American Vandals.
I'm pretty sure Gunn mentioned that. I think on one of the podcasts or the things. I think on After Peacemaker. I mean, he mentioned the series. Not saying direct, but that he read it and it was an influence.
Yeah. No, it's great because it's such a good book, and yes, a kind of superhero mockumentary. With following Jimmy Olsen doing his investigative reporting as young budding Daily Planet reporter and photographer. I'm 1,000% down with. He was one of the best parts of the movie. So yeah, this is exactly the type of thing you do with a character like Jimmy Olsen. I don't need a series of Jimmy Olsen movies, but a goofy show, that sounds perfect to me. Maybe just me. Maybe only me. I don't know.
Will Eve be in it?
Yeah, right. You have to have all his girlfriends in it too. So
now, if it's a Jimmy Olsen escapades kind of thing, fine, right? Like you kind of like okay, but the humor that was from that Fraction book, and I did not get into it. I've gotten into other stuff that they've done over the years where it's like Jimmy Olsen's escapades and all that stuff, like in backups and all that. But I don't know. I think it's going to be one of those. I mean, if it's gun humor and these guys kind of mockumentary style, maybe it'll work. But who knows?
Yeah. That's what it seems like it's going to be.
Well,
I just hope we get some. We just get some Silver Age Jimmy Olsen transformations along the way.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Of course.
I mean, I don't want them to play it straight. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't mean not comedy. I mean, play it straight as in Jimmy's just a normal guy with all of this wacky stuff happening around him. Jimmy has to be turned wacky as well.
Yeah, it's not Monster of the Week. It's Transition of the Week.
That'd be fine. All right. Two more. Never done. Hey, we knew they were going to be working on more things for the Ghost Machine universe. Jeff Johns' Image line of comics. Them, comics were not the only thing they were going to be doing. Well, we have a first possible non-comic thing, and that is Redcoat has already been picked up to be a movie. So Atlas Entertainment, one of some of the people behind Wonder Woman and Justice League, from the various, there's always a billion companies involved in this. One of the production companies that worked on both Wonder Woman and Justice League picked up the rights to Redcoat, the Ghost Machine comic. Jeff Johns, Brian Hitch, which is a cool comic, which is really fun. I almost feel like that'd be better off for a TV show because it is sort of these, his adventures through time.
Yeah,
but you could adapt a part of it, a good chunk of what they've published so far into a single movie.
Now, they really need to work on the dialogue of a young Albert Einstein because out of all of the Ghost Machine books, that first arc with his dialogue in it was
it's very Claremontian.
It's fucking horrible.
Written with an accent. Oh, it's totally fine. It's
so bad.
It's Einstein talking with a his.
It's called the thickest accent I can't understand.
Yeah,
it was like. If are you caught up with it?
I'm like an issue or two behind.
So he comes back, and it's not as bad the second time, but that first time, man, put Redcoat down on the bottom for me of all the Ghost Machine books.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like Ghostman. I like Redcoat.
No, I like it.
I mean, he was just a German kid. Like his English obviously is better as he gets older, but
it was just very hard to read that dialogue, and it was just
didn't bother me at all. You just hear it with a stereotypical German accent. Yeah, it didn't bother me at all. But yes, it'll be very different because it'll be a human speaking, not a thing you're reading. No, Redcoat's cool though. It's
like Ben.
Redcoat it's a pretty fun book as a immortal, stuck through time and can't leave America. He's a Revolutionary War British soldier that gets kind of just continuously reborn on American soil when he dies. And it's sort of just his adventures through time, running into all sorts of famous people. Some of them also turn out to be immortals. Some American historical figures we didn't know. I've loved all the Ghost Machine stuff. How they're kind of
Ghost Machine, all of it's great.
Yeah, there's little bits and pieces that connect to each other in the different books. John's done a really good job. At kind of building this universe.
What is everybody's, like, let's say there's a brand new reader who's never sampled any. What's the Ghost Machine book you would say to pick up?
The one shot?
What's that?
The one shot?
Okay, no, like an ongoing.
Oh, ongoing?
Yeah. Like, what would you say would be a solid intro starter book for Ghost Machine?
Geiger.
Well, Geiger is the kind of main book, but Rook is its own thing, right? Rook is off to the side doing its own thing. Hyde Street is mostly off to the side doing its own thing too. Those are not really connected. Redcoat, Geiger, and Junkyard Joe are all, and then other stuff coming up is all like in the same world. I think Junkyard Joe was the best of all of them.
Yes.
But it was only a miniseries. It was not ongoing. But that character has shown up in other stuff. So that character comes back. Redcoat, I think, would be more accessible to kind of average readers because it is in the past and historical, and Geiger is sci-fi and futuristic and could be a little, maybe a little weirder to some people. But I think they both do what they're trying to do really good. But I think Junkyard Joe is the best and most accessible, especially as only one volume.
Brock, what's your pick?
I mean, I would say go with Geiger just because story-wise it unfolds, it catches you and all that stuff. I didn't have any hiccups with it. Rook, was it Rook Exodus?
Yeah, it's just because there's a big breaks between arcs.
Yeah, the Rook Exodus is a very heavy kind of more it's just very heavy in what like the concept that it's trying to present. Junkyard Joe is great. Yeah, I mean, it's a one-off kind of deal, like Ryan said. It's fine. Again, it's more what people like. Like, if you're more historical or you like that stuff, go with Redcoat. If you like sci-fi, go with Geiger or Rook Exodus. Like, that's kind of where those things land.
Yeah, for people that haven't read them,
it's Hyde Street. Like,
yeah, the kind of like elevator pitch. Geiger is this kind of post-nuclear war America, with a guy that gets radioactive powers because of the bombs that go off, and he's traveling kind of very what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of road warrior.
Mad Max.
Where he's just Mad Max kind of traveling around, just kicking ass of people that are getting in the scruffs. Explain Redcoat. Junkyard Joe is about a robot that was sent off to Vietnam, right?
Yeah, it was a robot that was created just before around the Vietnam, and then sent to Vietnam to be a soldier.
Yeah, and comes back and meets one of and kind of like reconnects. The robot. It's doesn't have a personality or anything like that, but finds a way back to one of the people that he served with in the Vietnam War.
Who
then Hyde Street's they're kind of Twilight Zone. So
yeah, it's like horror Twilight.
There's a street of all these people, and they have to kill a certain amount of people in the real world. It's like and then they're like, people that did bad stuff in the real world get put on Hyde Street, and then they have to like do a certain amount of things to get off Hyde Street by killing bad people in the real world. So they're all cool. They're all good. And Rook is its own thing. Rook is future human population sent to another planet that's abandoned by the corporation that kind of set up this planet, and each person that's left there has like a helmet that can control these like mutated animals on the planet. Like they each kind of have their own like tribe of animals. So it's all these people and all these factions trying to get off this planet back to Earth. But that's been a lot slower to come out because that's it only has a couple issues a year and then it takes a break. But they're all really cool.
Even the stuff for the kids stuff, like the Rockefellers and
I didn't get into those.
Horn and Halo has been pretty good, but again, those are more aimed
kids books.
Yeah, those are aimed more for young adult.
Are they?
Yeah, those are more young adult books.
Yeah, I read the first issue and I was like, yeah, I don't really need these. We're okay. What's his face? Is supposed to do a 70s political thriller, like a kind of Black Widow book. What's his face?
Well, that's narrows it down.
No. I've done a lot of work with Jeff Johns in the past, and this stuff for DC. God, I can't think of his name. Did Identity Crisis? Why am I blanking out?
Brad Meltzer.
Brad Meltzer. Wow, how did you know that? Yeah, Brad Meltzer. What? I don't know. Your brain's broken. My brain is broken. I'm cooked.
Oh Jesus! Now he's talking like the youth. Fuck.
Yeah. You got to ruin it. Next
thing he's going to be saying 6'7" and this shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. So Ghost Machine. Let's go check out Redcoat. Redcoat's fun. And finally, is it good news? Is it bad news? You tell me. Funko, the recent financial filings, is in serious doubt about the future of the company as challenging retail environments and increased cost due to tariffs and a substantial drop in sales has led Funko to over $240 million in debt, with 20% drop year over year in sales. The staggering amount of, if you can remember that report from a couple of years ago, where $30 million of Funko Pops were landfilled instead of trying to sell them because the popularity had dried up so much. So the comics, I grabbed the Comics Beat article here just to kind of get some info from here. But there's a great line here at the end from Heidi. It says, the decline of superhero movies and other geek media in recent years likely contributed to Funko's woes. It's easy to imagine the company sold a lot more toys for Guardians of the Galaxy or Avengers Endgame than they did for the Marvels or Captain America Brave New World. And I'm sorry, that was from Russ Burlingame. That wasn't. So yeah, significantly, I have to assume related, that just the oversaturation of nerd stuff in the last, decade has caused, and Funko's own, well, we've talked about even multiple times in the last few years.
Even when we were stocking Funko Pops at the old location,
it's getting out of hand.
You were like, okay, cool. Like, these are interesting, and they would sell. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, here's another franchise. Oh, here's another. Oh, here's a movie. Here's this. Here's sports. And you're like, it's starting to get to be too much.
Yeah.
And so, like, you had made the decision, we're only doing comic book related ones.
Yeah.
And then even then, those were coming in at such a drastic rate that you were like, we can't keep up. Like it was, and then I know Elusive still has a fair amount of them, like in their shop, and they sell a fair amount, but they're not doing what they used to be doing.
No.
But also,
I went to the Funko store, Southern California. I think I talked about this when I went to go see Oasis, where they did like a pop up. They had the Funko store was like across the street in LA, and I'm like, I suppose it's fucking gigantic, and there is not enough product in this store to justify the size of this fucking thing. I mean, it was basically built as like a showpiece for giant props and people take photos with, right? But like, I'm sorry, people were walking around, but not many people were buying stuff. And I think that is, I think they got way over their skis and how big they thought they were as a brand. So I
that LA store was never meant to be a store.
Yeah,
it's basically it's a base for parties. They wanted a connection to Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
So the idea was to basically have nothing but exclusives there, and to have parties to, hubnub with all the big wigs, and that's where they would get the connections to then, get better franchises, bigger things. And they were hoping, they'd get in a bunch of like celebrity signings. They did a few, but like they were hoping that would also trigger things. Like basically they were trying to make it one of these hot locations to be at, but not necessarily for sale, so to speak. Like, they're going to do exclusives, of course, for everybody, but like it's not a regular store.
Yeah. Is that their only like storefront? I thought they had a couple.
They have one in Everett, Washington, with the headquarters.
Yeah. Okay. They don't have them in other cities though. I thought they had a couple.
No, they only had those two, and then they were planning to buy one more. I forget where it was. Like
London
Midwest or something. No, it was like in the U.S. It was like I want to say it was like in either it was Texas, and I think they were looking at New York at one point, but I don't think they ever pulled the plug. And then like I don't know, like they just got too big for what they were like. They were just spending way too much, and I think the biggest downfall to me was their idiot idea that they had to sell and basically go public. Because that created this huge demand to make then so much more money to keep the shareholders happy.
Of course.
And then they're trying to shop the shareholder or shop all the customers to buy stock, and of course everybody did. And then like, it's the game of, can they earn the money? Can we flip them? And it just I think that was the downfall of the whole company right there. They went too fast, and they found out.
That's what happens. That's what happens.
You know what they should do? They should get into Bitcoin. Funko coin.
I heard NFTs are big these days. They should
Funko coin.
Just jump on that
bandwagon. They are doing NFTs. They've been doing them.
I know.
Those are
Remember that
too.
DC Universe exclusive NFT when they first started that streaming service?
Oh boy. Yeah, wonderful. So look, I don't want a company to go out of business. I don't want to see people lose their jobs. You want, I think there maybe was ways for them to have fixed this as time was going on, but I think they're just probably too far gone at this point to continue. Maybe they'll sell off. Didn't they buy a bunch of other companies too? Didn't they buy?
They bought Loungefly
and Loungefly. So it's a real shame. Again, who knows? They could limp around for another 20 years. You had no idea what's going to actually happen. Someone could end up buying them for a fraction, and just put out the mainline Funko products and just kind of it'll kind of pop around for a while. But it's unfortunate. I don't know. Toys are in a tough place. I feel like the tariff thing hasn't really affected at least the retail end too much. I feel like prices have pretty much normalized. There hasn't been any big upswing in costs, at least.
Yeah, but
there's been some.
But I think it's also just the amount of product coming out is doesn't seem
hampered.
Doesn't seem to be coming like it used to.
Yeah.
Or people are
for sure.
Hasbro and Mattel have made big pushes to regain some products and IPs that have slipped away from them. And yeah, I don't know. Funko does not feel like they're just going to be in the same market as those guys for too long. So, what's Hot Topic going to do with that wall now? They have a whole wall of stuff they can put more product up in.
I mean, they've been converting over to all the anime toys anyway and other products, so not going to hurt them at all.
Hot Topic evolves and adapts. Okay,
they had Hot Topic had a crazy amount of.
They did. They were
crazy amount of Funko Pops.
Yeah, I think
on the bright side, maybe in like 5 years, we'll actually see more comics actually being sold at Comic-Con.
You're gonna lose that big booth. Oh, you were telling me, right? Did they? How was their? I know you didn't go to Comic-Con this year, but remind me because I don't remember if you told us. What was Funko's output at San Diego this year? Because that's usually their big convention. Was it a lot smaller? I knew you still kind of follow a little bit.
Yeah, the booth was. I think they still they're just using the same booth frame, so like size wise, it's the same because they already made it like 2 years ago. They just reuse it. They just it's just a collapsible thing. They just rearrange, so size wise, it doesn't matter. They had a lot less pops this year because I think the last few years they've been doing like 125 new ones, but this year I think they did like 80 or less. And then they also had because they split between New York and San Diego.
Many. Yeah, that's still so many.
But I don't think they're nearly as selling as well because a lot of them go to the stores too, and then some are on the website. And then that also counts for like Loungefly exclusives and Mondo exclusives because those count towards Funko now since they own them. And then they changed Fun Days for the first time this year too, where Fun Days used to be the exclusive big party that they had. Normally it was held one day on I think Friday night, if I'm not mistaken, at the Hyatt, but this year they turned it into a 2-day event out in the back by the bay. And I heard that was kind of like more the same and a lot of the stuff that people didn't like as much because one, it was out in the open, so that was a little easier to have more people, but like a lot of people just went to both events because most people that end up going to that just want to get the big stuff and flip them on eBay anyway.
Right.
So like the true collectors are there too, but like it's more of a value thing. Like I honestly think a lot of the collectors are just about value. It's just, I got the new thing. How much is it worth? Like I want to go trade it for what I really want.
Yeah. Well, that's usually. I mean, a lot of people buying stuff at Comic-Con are just flipping.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean that the Funko booth at Comic-Con was always just a nightmare to navigate around. If it's significantly less, I think a lot of people would not be too sad.
Well, not to mention that also affects others because like you have Bait is half Funko also, and 3 other booths usually have nothing but Funko stuff too. So like, plus the vendors that always have Funko. So
yeah.
It'd be nice to get comics back.
Yeah. Yep.
As long as it doesn't turn into La Blue Blue Land.
Hey, you know what we're gonna get.
Those will be dead by the next Comic-Con anyway, so don't worry about it.
You know what we're gonna get? We're gonna get a whole bunch of these new published comic books on scrolls that you can read like a scroll. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, before we go, we have an email from a listener.
What?
Is this fresh or old?
Kevin, what? No, fresh.
Email still works.
I thought maybe you dipped into the archives again.
No. Okay, so in New 52,
what do you guys think about Brian Bendis coming to DC?
No, this is from our friend Chris over at Crooked Dog Comics. I've been on the podcast before. He sent us an email over. He wanted to know, what do you guys think will happen? Warner Brothers, I'm paraphrasing here, putting themselves up for sale. What kind of effect will that have on the comic book industry and in their entertainment end? This is concerning to me, especially as a comic retailer, because currently DC seems to be firing on all cylinders. Yes, this has been a
topic. To the nightmare.
This has been a topic that has come up regularly online. However, it is a giant unknown because we talked about this a few weeks ago when originally DC was Warner Brothers and Discovery were going to unmerge and become Warner Brothers and Discovery again. And then there was talk of someone just buying them out entirely, between Paramount, which seemed to have been shot down, Netflix, Apple, and now Saudi Arabia. So any merger is generally bad. There could be good short-term effects and some good long-term effects, but also, Paramount and Warner Brothers merging together just is less different voices and less options and less of everything, less employees, and more consolidation of one viewpoint is never great. Saudi Arabia buying them, however, is a extremely different thing. The answer is nobody knows till it's done, and if it even happens, and if DC Comics will be largely unaffected for the foreseeable future. They're not going to care about them. James Gunn's and DC Studios would be more likely affected quicker, but Gunn's come out and said it's business as usual till something happens. So, look, if they want to scrap it, they scrap it. There's no that we could be completely, Gunn could be gone tomorrow, right? We don't know. We have no idea. It would suck. Right as it seems like DC has really kind of secured both the print and media stuff for the most part. But yeah, Warner Brothers has been a shit show for decades. So if it goes to Paramount or Apple or even Netflix, there will be major changes. But I think the average comic reader would be largely unaffected. And, some people may not want to support some of those companies, or more people will come in because of them. But I think it'll be a net even. I can't imagine it'd be too much of a difference. Saudi Arabia is the really weird one. I don't know what that would entail. And I don't know if you'd have people there would be some level of boycotting of DC Comics, the print comics. But probably not that much. And at the end of the day, if they're investing trillions of dollars into the company, and not trillions, billions, I don't know. I'm not saying it's good, but I don't think they get too involved in the day-to-day of the print comics.
DC Comics is a line item in a transaction like this. Yeah, that's like it's one step above, like, what are we going to do about the cafeteria on the studio lot?
You could have, but they do set the tone.
I'm talking about money-wise, not creatively.
Yeah. You could have creators. I'm thinking like, those other companies, there would be loss. People would get merged. People would leave. There would be changeover. But I think overall, it would be largely the same. Saudi Arabia would be, you might have groups within current DC employees that would leave the company because of that. Not even laid off, like they would choose to leave and not be involved with that. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think any change would be years out, because this stuff takes, even the comics, they're already planning through 2027 and it's at 2028 at this point, right? You're not going to get, short of them come again. They could come in and close the company down tomorrow. They could come in and be like, comic books are not a thing we're doing and the company's over. You can't predict that, right?
We're doing DC Go forever.
Yeah. Just Saudi Arabia is not doing things to lose money. They're doing things to make more money. So and buy up IPs and buy up, and invest in Western media and Eastern media and get into those doors. They wouldn't want to kill any of these companies, I don't think, right? Could some, beliefs in politics filter down to the output? Yeah, probably. Paramount's looking like that, right? That's the question. Oh my God. Geekbox is next week where I'll talk about this more. But Star Trek being rebooted by the guys that did the D&D movie makes me want to. I mean, Star Trek was already terrible, but now the D&D people are doing it.
Hold on.
I'm just not.
I need to come back to this. I need to come back to this.
I can't go through this again.
To answer the listener the question, my guess would be if I'm putting my chips on a roulette table and I'm putting a chip. Well, this kind of doesn't. That analogy doesn't work because I'd be betting on red and black both. But let's just say I would say either. The comics aren't affected at all because it's just too far below the radar and it just nothing changes. Or I don't think it's somebody goes, we're shutting it down. We're not publishing comics anymore. I think it more likely than that would be we're selling off the comics division to someone else to run that. Yeah. Another publisher.
Well, that was always a fear within Warner Brothers entirely, right? If they come and strip the company and sell off the IPs and sell off the parts and stuff. But they want the IP. They want Batman. Yeah,
I'm saying they don't necessarily want the physical production of comic books. Yeah, so it would be like, we own Batman, Superman, Green Lantern. You guys are paying the payroll of these creators and printing the physical comic books.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
But again, even then, I think it's just, why wouldn't you just keep it in-house, right? I mean...
Don't want to deal with it? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all such a guesswork. You know, the one thing you could say with certainty is if Netflix ended up buying Warner... The one thing we could all count on and go to bed feeling safe about is your Netflix bill would not go up at all. In fact, it would probably go down as just a token of goodwill.
Well, your HBO Max account would go away.
Yes, I know.
So it would your Netflix bill would be cut in half because you wouldn't have to have HBO Max too.
Well, it'd be the Max Flicks.
It would all be rolled into Netflix.
What would it be
and you'd be paying the equivalent of still having HBO Max and Netflix, except you just have Netflix.
It'd be $30 now.
Netflix Max.
Okay, now
you could read your comics digitally on Netflix. So that would be a wonderful experience.
Oh, remember playing games on Netflix?
Didn't it? The Netflix apparently just got Red Dead Redemption.
I don't fucking know.
Why?
Like, it pops up occasionally, like this bar when I go on Netflix. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Play a game? Yeah. Why would anyone play a game on Netflix? What a weird.
But Ryan.
No.
Ryan, Netflix has your other favorite thing, which is podcasts to watch.
Podcast to watch?
Yeah, Netflix is getting podcasts. The kind you'd watch on YouTube, except it'd be exclusively on Netflix. I'm serious.
You do not watch a podcast.
Yeah,
this is a podcast. It's audio. A podcast that is a TV show.
Okay.
The Talking Dead is not a podcast. Well, the Talking Dead was a television
when
show.
You go on YouTube and watch podcasts, right?
That's not a podcast.
Netflix is going to exclusively have some of those, the video version of those.
Cool. Not a podcast.
They're going to have a podcast tile on Netflix.
Aye. Now look, Conan O'Brien has a podcast, but they also record that podcast and you can watch it live. That is a video of a podcast. Yes. That is not a podcast. Okay.
Netflix is going to have
video
Netflix is going to have that.
Okay. Are they going to have no I don't.
Can we get in on that Netflix money?
Sure. I don't think they're just giving out free money to everyone like they used to. Well, the only good thing about that is they would cancel the comic conspiracy at the end of the season. So then we'd have a shitload of money and no job. It'd be great.
Yeah, it's the dream.
It's
the dream.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You know what we have to do? We have to have Amazon pick us up first. Cancel us. Then Netflix will revive us. And we'll last for a little bit longer than we would if we were just straight to Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, then they'll start pushing all those Bryce and Omar episodes to watch.
Yeah.
Like and the randomizer.
The creme de la creme, the DC Rebirth issue or episode.
Oh, where you guys read everything? Oh, or that was New 52,
Ryan Scott.
The Ryan Scott episode.
What was the one where you guys read everything? Was that the New 52?
New 52, yeah.
The one where Ryan was on the way in France.
No, that was Rebirth. DC Universe Rebirth.
Oh, that was Rebirth. You're right.
That was the one where he was on away, and it was me and Scott were the only people trying to save anything, and everyone's like, "This thing is garbage."
So your Star Trek thoughts, Kevin?
So you didn't like the D&D movie?
It was just another fucking Ragnarok clone. No, I didn't. I tried. I tried.
I didn't mind the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was fun.
The internet loves it.
It was quirky. It wasn't anything,
It was definitely better than the 80s version.
Yeah.
Like if I was playing, I first played D&D was when I was probably in middle school, and if I had seen that movie then, I would have thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. If it was made 40 years ago, I probably would have too.
Not
but
the effects. I mean,
now,
like if you were that age range, I think that movie would have been really cool.
Yeah, it's.
So you're telling us they're going to take Star Trek to the middle schoolers?
No, I just they killed the Kelvin verse. Star Trek. We're getting a new line of Star Trek movies. Apparently, we'll see what happens. I assume the shows are done.
Who's doing this? Paramount?
Paramount. Yeah.
Aren't they owned by people that don't like DEI shit?
Yes.
So we're getting alt Star Trek.
Star Trek is only for white conservative men. Don't you know that, Brock? That's
well, that was the message of the original series.
Oh yeah,
right.
If you're not a white man, you're worthless. I think G. Roddenberry would agree with you.
Oh, totally.
Sections of the internet believe this.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah. But that said, the new Star Trek stuff is fucking awful. So I don't have an answer. So I
what are you watching that's bad? I know this is Geekbox territory, but go ahead.
So I have tried. So when Discovery came out, I was like, "Oh my god, new Star Trek!" And I watched the first episode. And I'm like, "That was fucking awful." Okay. I watched the second episode. I'm like, "Wow, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. This has nothing to do with Star Trek. I don't understand this. What is going on?" So I was like, "Well, I guess I'm not watching this. I am confused as hell." Like a year ago, I came back later. I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch. It's Star Trek. I have to watch Star Trek." And I watched the first episode. And I'm like, "This is unwatchable. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life." So a couple of years passed, and I'm like, "All right, here comes Picard. Okay, I'm gonna watch Picard." And season 1 was fine. There was stuff I really liked in it. Stuff that was kind of at the end's kind of but I was like, all right, I'm okay. Here comes Strange New Worlds. Here comes Lower Decks. Lower Decks looks like the dumbest thing on earth. It's just a bad Family Guy ripoff. But okay, it's Star Trek. I'm going to watch this. So I watched the first 2 episodes of Discovery, and they are abysmal. They are awful. They are some of the worst things I've ever seen on television in my entire life. But I was like, I'm going to keep going. So I kept going. I found out they fired the showrunner after the pilot. So the season gets a little bit better as it goes on. And then season 2 is actually pretty decent. And that's when they introduce Spock. And that's when Discovery completely changes. They go to the future. It's like, okay, we're just abandoning this past because this show makes no sense. So we're just going to pretend like we're a totally different show now. In the first season of Strange New Worlds, I love Spock, love Pike. I'm like, oh, okay, they got this back. Let's watch Lower Decks. It's terrible. I gotta watch it though. Whatever. I'll watch an episode or 2. Lower Decks is the second best Star Trek ever made. Okay, Lower Decks is fucking unbelievable. Every episode is amazing. So I kept going with Discovery. I'm like, this is actually kind of not very good. And then I got to season 4, and I'm like, oh, this is actually really bad again. This is really bad. It's just nothing to do with Star Trek. It's just the characters are so fucking unlikable. And everyone, they talk post Joss Whedon 2012. This is not Star Trek. I'm sorry. This is just not Star Trek. And then Strange New Worlds, season 2 starts going down that path. And the plots are here's the musical episode. Here's the puppet episode. And I'm like, I can't fucking deal with this. I'm sorry. It's Star Trek. It's Picard season 3 is amazing. And Lower Decks. And I'm done with everything else. I cannot. There's a Star Trek Academy show coming. And I'm like, okay, well, at least it'll be set in the past. And blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, it's the Academy of Discovery in Discovery's future world. I'm like, with one of the worst characters as like one of the main characters. I'm like, nah, no, this is terrible. But to bring back Robert Picardo as the Doctor, which makes me mad because I want to see him. But then even he said in interviews that he can't get into the. He's like, I don't understand. This is like very different from Star Trek. They talk like people, like kids today, and I'm like, okay, no, you sold me on not watching your show. Thank you. We agree. Actor in your show, you're telling people not to watch it. Excellent, got it. So this will all be done. Discovery's over. Enterprise or Lower Decks is over. Picard's over. I never even saw that like Section 31 movie, but I heard it's one of the worst movies ever made. There's 2 half seasons left of Strange New Worlds, so that's ending, and the spinoff will run 1 season and then get canceled because it'll be fucking terrible. So Paramount Plus Star Trek, you're done. Thank you. You were mostly fucking trash. But Lower Decks is unbelievable. Watch Lower Decks. Lower Decks is just one of the best things Star Trek's ever done. Everything else is garbage.
So
except for Picard season 3. Picard season 3 is amazing.
To bring this back around.
Yes. And now all other terrible people are going to do a Star Trek movie, which is going to be a bunch of dumb jokes.
You like Lower Decks witches jokes.
Because it's smart jokes. It's not dumb jokes. That's the difference.
Nah,
Lower Decks
dumb jokes.
Very good. Comedy is very hard. Most people are terrible at it. Most people like really bad comedy. That's not my fault. Lower Decks, very good comedy. This new Star Trek movie, probably very bad comedy.
All right.
Yep. That's me in Star Trek. I love Star Trek. I'm watching Voyager right now. I mean, not right now, but I'm in my Voyager rewatch. And then get to Enterprise.
Q wants to marry Janeway.
Yeah, she's trying to bang Janeway. It's incredible.
Here's
and then I'm going to go back to TOS and just do this all over again.
Here's what I'll say. Is a lot of what you're okay. I love TOS. Love it.
Yeah.
Love. Yeah. That is my Star Trek, even though it was on before I was even born. I have watched maybe if I took both hands, I don't think I'd use all the fingers, episodes of any of those other shows that you mentioned.
Oh,
TNG,
really?
Voyager, Deep Space Nine.
Oh.
Enterprise.
They're amazing. They're fantastic.
It's not that I was against them.
I mean, Next Gen is my favorite, no question. Nothing comes even close.
It's not that I was against them. I just wasn't watching TV when they were coming on. That's all. I just missed them. I watched Strange New Worlds season 1. I watched Lower Decks. So I've kind of like this big gap in the middle, and then I've seen the more recent stuff. So when people are like talking about their favorite Treks, and it's Deep Space, Voyager, et cetera, I just have no like. You're just speaking of like foreign shows that I've never seen anything at all.
That is wild to go from TOS to Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds.
I think it's because just because it's something I can latch onto is like comfortable. Like I know that era that this is set in kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that.
Well, I like season 1 of Strange New Worlds quite a bit.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah. Season 2. It's rough.
Not so good.
It's rough. No,
not so good.
I haven't seen the third season yet. I'm just kind of like, I'll get to it, but
and it's the same thing with the movies. I didn't. Those Next Generation movies not awesome unless I'm misremembering.
They're fine.
Yeah, fine. They're fine. I like the first J.J. Abrams movie a lot.
Yeah,
second one is
good.
The second one is the cinema equivalent of that Batman Deadpool that you were talking about earlier. It's just, how dare you take something awesome and just do a shitty DJ Club remix?
Darkness. That's Into Darkness.
Into Darkness.
Yes.
Into Darkness is rough.
Awful. And the third one is fine.
It's just fine. Yeah. It's just,
So
the third one has sabotage in it.
It's fine.
So it's not like these guys doing the reboot. It's not like we're coming on the heels of some amazing run of Trek movies. Like, oh my God, don't let these guys anywhere near it. Let them near it.
No.
Like, what do we have to lose?
Yeah.
You'll probably get Chris Pine because wasn't he?
It'll like. Weirdly enough, Star Trek. I mean, they have used the original actors, but they've kept that continuity. Star Trek. Like rebooting Kirk is a modern thing. And if we're going to get our fourth take on Kirk, I'm going to be a little weirded out because that's just not what they had done up until, again, fairly recently. They redid it in Enterprise and Strange in Enterprise or Discovery and Strange New Worlds. They redid it in those movies, and if the new Trek is a redo of that again, it's like, I don't know, guys. Star Trek has always looked forward, and it's very weird that we are now in constant looking back mode. Like you can have Lower Decks be a it is in the future, but it is obviously referencing a lot of older stuff. So, but it is still in the future of Star Trek. It is continuing forward past Voyager's timeline. And I think that is, it is a poor choice to continue to look backwards at Star Trek because that's not what the series is. So, a little Star Trek talk. I love Star Trek. Like everything, the people that hate Star Trek most are the biggest Star Trek. Star Trek fans hate Star Trek more than anyone else. So I find myself in that camp, right? So Star Wars fan, nobody hates Star Wars like Star Wars fans, right? Nobody hates Star Trek like Star Trek fans. Oh, dude, what are you doing? Watch Next Gen and DS9. Like, I'm not even going to recommend Voyager or Enterprise. Watch Next Gen and DS9. They are unbelievable.
I said I've seen a handful of episodes of Next Gen.
No.
I don't think I've seen any Deep Space Nine.
Straight through. Yes, even season 1 and 2. You've got to start there. You've got to watch them all.
Oh, no. Deep Space Nine is good, but I think I still prefer Babylon 5.
There's a lot of B5 people are their own special breed. It's totally acceptable to be a B5 person. I'm fine with it. I like Babylon 5. I like Babylon 5 just fine. Deep Space Nine is very good. All right, hey, we're gonna wrap up.
One thing, I don't know if anybody one last bad news that
what's up?
Noticed.
No, what's up?
Last week, Greg Land posted that we lost Drew Hennessy.
I know who that is.
He's a longtime inker that worked at DC. Andrew Hennessy. He used to ink over Greg Land at Malibu. And he's been around for a while.
Oh, Drew Hennessy. Inker, DC Marvel, Cross-Gen, worked on Sigil, Green Lantern, Sinestro, Detective, Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah, Superman, X-Factor, Amazing Spider-Man. I will be very honest. I'm bad with inkers. Inkers are a very unsung hero in comics, and I definitely am part of the problem. I've seen a lot of tributes here from Ron Mars and Bart Sears and Chuck Dixon and Mark Bagley. Yeah. Paul Pelletier, Mike Perkins. Yeah, that's sad. Young too. We say 58. Is that what it said? I just closed the window. I think he said it was 58. Too young.
Yeah.
Okay, way to end the podcast on a downer, Lane. Great.
Way to go, Lane.
Well, we couldn't leave on Star Trek, so.
Always leave on Star Trek. Hey, we got to thank our top tier patrons at Patreon. Edward at geekyvillain.com. Joe Duff, Kelsey May, and Jimmy Rivera at the Social Forum podcast. DDT Wrestling Podcast and Grace the Nurse on YouTube. Check out comicspiracypodcast.com. So we can find all the previous episodes on there. It's on Libsyn, and Apple Podcast has them as well. And you can head over to patreon.com/comicconspiracy. Kick us a couple bucks if you would. That's always appreciative. Mm-hmm. If you go to comicsconspiracy.biz, that is our storefront. You can purchase comics from us on there as well. So we're getting close to holiday season. Obviously, shop early, shop often. Beat the holiday rush. We do shut down our eBay store kind of like mid-December, because usually we're on vacation into November, or into end of December. But the main store continues to ship regularly through all that. So, but expect a busy holiday season as always.
Yeah, I think for Christmas this year, that's December 12th, 11th. I'm not sure.
Usually it's the 25th, but
no. For like guarantee get it.
Oh yeah.
Date.
Like
yeah.
I'm not talking like actual.
I would. Yeah, I would have nothing in post past Wednesday, December 10th. If you want it for Christmas, that I feel like anything going in Friday is not going to get looked at till Monday, and then you've lost the whole weekend of truck movement. And yeah. You want a solid 2 weeks prior. Well, look, Amazon's different. Amazon just drives to your front door on their own trucks. That's different. But if you're getting from like stores like us or more traditional outlets, yep.
Is that getting affected by all the airline shutdowns? I'm assuming no, because FedEx is their own.
No. Everything. No, they have their own planes and everything like that. Yeah, okay. No, it shouldn't. Yeah, everything should be. Yeah, should all be fine. Well, I assume those guys are all back to work, right? They officially ended the shutdown, so I think that's all that stuff's taken care of. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
Check out conspiratorBrock.com. It's Brock's blog. He posts on there occasionally. Our friend Charlie's Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension podcast, all about Doctor Who. Lots of Doctor Who news recently. It's coming back, baby. Back to the BBC. Back where it belongs. Get out of here, Disney. Kevin's interview series called Between the Panels at fanbasepress.com. And a page I love at Comic Art Live on YouTube. And don't forget to check out my wife Leanne's artwork at leannehill.com. That's her website. And if you're on Blue Sky, I'm on there. Ryan Higgins. Brock is Brock Sager. Toby is Toby XI. Kevin is that Kevin Sharp. And listen to Geekbox. Wrapped up Final Fantasy IV. We're talking about that on the next podcast. What the hell?
What are you guys going through? Like the remasters?
I've been doing the Pixel remaster, in between other games. So, 5's next on the docket. Yeah, I got Pokemon ZA to play. Yeah. On the Pixel remasters.
Oh yeah, like I think I'm about halfway through 3 when I stopped. But I got to go back and pick it up again. They're
pretty. All those early ones are about 10-hour games. 5 and 6 are longer, but
if you're just playing through it, they're five. They're not that long. Yeah, but if you're trying to like platinum them, it takes a little scotch longer. But
I went through. 4 is my favorite, so I went through and did.
And that's the American. 4 is the American 2.
2, yeah.
Yep. That one I'm excited to get back to. I think American 2 and 3 were the ones I really liked.
Yeah, it's 4 and 6. Yep. I got Pokemon ZA to play next, and then on to 5, onto Final Fantasy 5. All right, that's
Jesus,
it.
That was loud.
We'll be back soon. Another podcast. Because of December, I was actually looking at the schedule here. It is possible next podcast might be our last until January. We will see. It's the 1st, 15th.
No, we're good. We got 1st and 15th.
Yeah, but work schedule stuff. It might be. We'll see. We may squeeze one more in before the end of the year. We'll see. That's it. Catch you guys next time. Goodbye.
Peace.